Today, we are making this Christmas sugar cookie cake. Now, let me give you a quick rundown of the tools and ingredients we will use. We have coloring powder, food coloring, hat shape molds, hat texture mold, cutting mat, triangular knife, brush, pin brushes, peelers, snowflake mold, bamboo stick, wire, edible pencils, plastic dough sculpting tool, heart-shaped molds, snowflake molds, ruler, palette for color mixing, edible glue, cornstarch, gum paste, and also transfer paper. Now let's start mixing colors. Use 019 grape purple mixed with 007 light pink to achieve the color for our base. For the base, we'll use fondant. Use brown, white, and black to get the color of the wooden sign. Mix the red and the black to get the color for the gift box. Use olive green and matcha green for the green gift box. Use a small amount of gold to create the color of snowman's body. Use a large amount of gold to achieve the color for the gift bag. We use those two colors to create the color for the scarf. Use dark pink to create the color for the hat and hearts. Use coffee brown and rose color to create the color for the bow. Now let's start transferring. Place the transfer paper on our design, take out the edible pencil, sketch the rough outline of the snowman. Now let's transfer the design on this wooden sign and transfer the English letters inside as well. Flip the transfer paper over, then use the edible pencil to trace it again. Now let's take out the gum paste and roll it out. The thickness is about 3 mm. Then we'll place the snowman design on the rolled out fondant. Glide the pen back and forth. Now it's already transferred onto our fondant. Let's take out a triangular carving knife. Cut along the edges of the snowman. When cutting, make sure the knife is as vertical as possible. We can ignore the hands for now. We'll make it separately and insert it later. After cutting, remove the excess fondant. Put it in a sealed bag. Now let's take out the snowman's color and roll it out. It can be a bit thicker, around 5 mm. Now let's place the transfer paper on top. Transfer the snowman's face, also its facial features, at the same time. After transferring, use a small knife to cut along the edges. Remove the excess fondant and put it in a sealed bag. Wipe off the pencil marks on the edges. Keep it clean. Then use a sculpting tool. Poke down the eyes. Then we take out a paintbrush. Dip it in edible glue. Brush it on his face. Then place the face we just made on top. Press it a bit, make sure it sticks well. Now let's do the same as before. Roll it out. This time it can be a little thicker, about 16 mm. Next, we'll transfer the bottom part of the snowman. Take a small knife and cut along the edges. You can cut it a bit larger than the actual snowman. Remove the excess fondant, wipe the edges clean, then use your hand to round off the edges. Now let's brush on some glue. To make snowman's belly a bit puffier, we can place a round piece of fondant here. Then place the body on top. Press, press, press. Now let's take out the pink fondant for the snowman's hat. Roll it out, about 3 millimeters as well. We start with the top half of the snowman's hat. Place the transfer paper on the fondant and start transferring. Then cut along the edges and remove the excess fondant. Wipe the edges clean, and then round off the edges, same as before. Brush on some edible glue, stick it on. Now let's take a bamboo stick. Create a little fuzz on our hat, just create some texture. Roll out the pink fondant again. Now we transfer those 2 small pieces on the face. Cut them out with a small knife. Brush on some glue and stick them on. Gently press with your hand, then wipe it clean. Now let's take out purple and pink fondant. Roll them into little balls. Place them beside the face. Gently press them. Then use a bamboo stick to create a fuzzy texture. Now let's make the brim of the hat. Use the same color as before. Roll it out, about 7 millimeters. Then transfer it, cut it out. Place it on a mold and press down. Create some texture, then stick it on. Now, let's take out the purple fondant. Use it to make the snowman's scarf. Place it here, pressing a bit. Cut off the excess. Gently press the edges. Make it look more natural. Then, let's make the bottom half of the scarf. Roll, transfer, cut. Remove the excess, wipe off the pencil marks. Pressing it to create some texture. Brush on some glue and then stick it on. Take out the deep pink, light pink, and purple. Stick them on and gently press them. Create a fuzzy texture, same as before. Take black fondant and roll them into 2 small balls. Now the snowman's eyes are done. For nose, we used the light pink one. Then again, use black fondant, make buttons for the snowman. Now, let's roll out a brown fondant, about 3 millimeters. Then you probably know it by now. Transfer, cut, remove the excess, and wipe it clean. Then take the brown fondant again, roll it out. Take a ruler, cut it. It can be a bit wider. Then, use a sculpting tool. Create some texture of the tree stamp. Make it look more realistic.
Children are dreaming of gifts they're receiving that slip down the chimney on this happy Christmas day. Merry, Merry Christmas.
Then take the red fondant to make Santa's hat. Roll it into a ball. Shape one end pointy, then gently press one side. Bend it. Use your hand to gently press it a bit. Cut excess. Brush on some edible glue, then stick it on. Now, take white fondant and roll it into a strip. It doesn't need to be perfectly even. That's good. Brush on some glue, stick it on, cut off the excess, create some texture. For the white pom-pom at the tip, follow the same step as before.
I wish you good tidings where love is abiding and sadness subsiding on this happy Christmas day. With families together and friends of forever, rejoice as they gather on this happy Christmas day. Merry, Merry Christmas, Merry, Merry Christmas, Merry, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Merry, Merry Christmas.
Take red fondant and heart-shaped mold. Place it inside, press it hard, then remove it. Create some more big and small hearts. Take the color for the snowflakes. Place it in the snowflake mode. Press it down. Remove the excess fondant. Smooth the edges with your hand. Remove the snowflake. Then use the mold to create some different shapes and sizes of the snowflake. Now take the snowflake cutter to create some larger snowflakes. Take the color for the snowman's hand, roll it into a ball, shape one end pointy. You can cut it a bit shorter, it doesn't need to be too long. Continue rolling it and put it away for now. Then take two small pieces and roll it into a teardrop shape. Brush some glue on both sides of the one that we made before. Stick the teardrop shape on. Now the snowman's hand are complete. Remember to make another one. Take a red fondant, roll it into a ball, then use your hand, pinch its sides, shape it into a rectangular. Then take green fondant, roll it out. This is to make the bow on top of the gift box. Then place a ruler on top and cut straight lines. Cut those long strips. The width is about 3 millimeters. Brush some glue on the red fondant, stick the green strips on, cut off the excess. Now let's make the ball. Take a suitable length, apply glue in the middle, and bend the edge of the green strip. Now cut the ribbon tails of the bow. Cut 2 little rectangles, one can be longer, other one shorter. Then cut a triangle at the bottom. Trim the start of the ribbon tails a bit thinner. Then assemble them. Remember to attach the 2 ribbon tails first. You can bend the ribbon tails however you want, make them look more natural. After attaching the ribbon tails, attach the bow. Roll a small ball and stick it in the center of the bow. Now our gift box is complete. Roll some small yellow balls, brush some glue, stick them on the top and the sides of the gift box, gently press them down.
I wish you good tidings where love is abiding and sadness subsiding on this happy Christmas day. With families together.
Now, roll out the color for the bow. The thickness is about 2 millimeters. Cut 2 rectangles, 15 centimeters long and 4 centimeters wide. We call them R1. Then, cut 2 more rectangles, 10 centimeters long and 3 centimeters wide. Call them R2. Then we set all them aside for later. Now, let's cut the ribbons. Cut 2 ribbons that are 18 centimeters long and 4 centimeters wide. Call them R3. Now cut 2 more rectangles that are 10 centimeters long and 4 centimeters wide. We call them R4. Now take R1, fold the edges, create the pattern by folding. Repeat same method for the other one. Then brush some glue on the other side and stick them together. Fold a tissue and place it inside to hold the shape. Gently pinch the edges, same with the other one. Then we take R2, do the same way as before, just repeat it.
tidings where love is abiding and sadness subsiding on this happy Christmas day.
Now let's cut off the excess of the bow. Repeat the same method for the other three. Cut a rectangle 8 centimeters long and 4 centimeters wide. Fold it in half. Then fold the upper part again. It should go beyond the side. Look carefully. Flip it over. Fold it again without exceeding the edge. Now let's assemble the bow. First, brush some glue in the middle of the two larger pieces. Press them together firmly. Then, apply some glue to this area. Attach the smaller piece. Same on the other side. Take out a piece we folded earlier. Apply glue to the middle. Tie it in the middle of the bow. Cut off the excess. You can use a tool to press it a bit. This way our bow is done. Now let's work on the ribbons. Take R4, apply some glue, fold it over, and then repeat it on the other one. You can also use some tissue in the middle to hold the shape. Then take R3. Just do the same as before, and we are all done. Now let's start coloring. Use a chocolate color. Dip a little with a small brush. Shake off the excess powder from the brush. Make sure there's no excess powder. Brush it on one side to create some shade. Use a light yellow color powder and a terracotta color powder. Brush the edges of the snowman. Mix them together and gently brush it on the edges. Now use a red color powder. Brush the edges of the hat and the edges of this pom-pom. Gently sweep it on. Remember to attach the hands on both sides of our snowman's body. Then again, use the red color powder we just used before. Brush the edges of our little hearts. Use this rust red color and also bright yellow color to brush our bow. Start by brushing with the rust red to create some shade. Brush the ribbons too. Then use bright yellow color powder. Just add a hint of yellow everywhere.
And sadness subsiding on this happy Christmas day. With families together and friends of forever, rejoice as they gather on this happy Christmas day. Merry, Merry Christmas. Merry, Merry Christmas. Merry, Merry Christmas.
Now we use wine red colored pigment to draw the mouth, eyebrows, and blushes on our snowman.
May you know blessings that drift down from heaven like snow in fine weather. We'll ride on the sleigh. May you know peace on a day where we feast on joy.
Then use olive brown color paste. Write the English letters on the sign.
Merry, Merry Christmas. Merry, Merry Christmas. Merry, Merry Christmas. Merry, Merry Christmas. Merry, Merry Christmas.
Mix the red on the white. Draw some stars on top of our gift box.
Singing a happy Christmas day. Children are dreaming of gifts they're receiving that slip down the chimney on this happy Christmas day. Merry, Merry Christmas. Merry, Merry Christmas. Merry, Merry Christmas.
Now we take the cake base wrapped in fondant. Pipe royal icing on top of the base. Then place the cake on top. Gently press it with your hands to secure it. Now take these 4 colors, mix them to create a blue color for the base. Use velvet red, mix it with a large amount of white. Create a pink color. Now, airbrush the bottom of the cake and its sides. Darken the sides slightly, this way it will have a color transition. Also, airbrush the sides and the back of the base with the same color. Now, airbrush the top left corner with the pink and also on the edges of its base.
And sadness subsiding on this happy Christmas day. With families together.
Now we use piping nozzle in 27. Use 101 every white to tint our royal icing. Now pipe around the border, creating a wave-like pattern.
May you know blessings that drift down from heaven like snow in fine weather. We'll ride on
Be careful with the sequence we're piping, so the waves don't go wrong.
we feast on throughout the
Apply edible glue at the bottom of the bowl. Then place it in the center. Press a bit to secure it. Apply edible glue to the bottom of the ribbons. Stick it below our bowl. Start with the longer one. Secure it in place. Apply edible glue to the shorter ribbon. Attach it on the longer one. Repeat it for the ribbon on the right. Apply edible glue to the back of the snowman. Just following the picture. Stick the sign too. Assemble the wires on our hearts and the snowflakes. Remember to wrap them with foil. Insert them in. Pipe some royal icing on the side. Then place the red gift box there. Then place the green gift box on top. Pipe some royal icing on the back of the snowflakes. Stick it on our cake. Now, cut the snowflake in half, stick it on the edge, pipe some snow on the top of the sign, and same at the bottom. After that, take the snowflake and stick them onto the snow. While the real icing is still wet, sprinkle some desiccated coconut on top. Pipe real icing on the back of the pink hearts and stick it. Pipe some snow at the bottom. You can also pipe some snow around the edges of the gift box and on top of the snowman's head, his hands, and a little on his nose. Also on the brim of the hat and on the heart too. Insert a small heart at the bottom. Fill empty spaces with snowflakes. Now sprinkle some desiccated coconut for decoration and make it more realistic. Final touches. Now pipe some snow on the surface. Then using golden yellow pigment, mix it to create yellow real icing. Pipe wherever you want. Last, place some green sugar pearls. Now, our cake is complete. I hope you can learn how to make this beautiful snowman cake and enjoy it. Have a good one.